It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is not just important, it is absolutely vital that we do so, not only on World Rhino Day, but every day of the year, like the gents from Rhino Protect. Damien, Christo, thank you so much for joining us again on a very important day. I suppose this is like a day off for you guys, at least, because you guys really do work 24/7. Now, we've heard about the new drone technology, other technologies that you've been using, which seem to be hopefully stemming the tide. I'm going to read out some statistics here, and you can give me your take on it. By the end of 2014, we saw 1,215 rhino kills. Now, the count on August the 27th of this year, 749, which hopefully means that we are starting to stem the tide. But Damien, I know for you, one is too many. Yeah? Do you feel like we are winning that battle?
Yes, Graham, and I don't stick too much to those numbers because you must take in consideration that in those numbers, calves which die from a ruined mum or rhino which died after they've been injured are not taken in statistics. So the reality is a bit worse than it's said.
So this has led you to some ingenious new ways of combating the scourge, and we've seen you introduce rhino horn dye in the past. Now that is evolving into something new. Earlier you mentioned 3D printers. Talk to me about the new technology and how far you've come.
Yeah, well, actually, it's about making a clone, a 3D print of the original horn of a rhino, and replacing it. We call it actually the 3D horn implant. It's in process. We have gone quite nicely forward with it, but it's not 100% ready. And once again, it's a solution which might work for us, but each situation is different, and you know, every game reserve or every rhino owner is facing a different situation.
Different problem. And this says to me that we need a unified front, not just from those of you working in conservancy, but from every South African. Why is it from your side? You get to obviously see this firsthand, the importance of what we are doing here. You get to interact with these beautiful animals. But for the rest of us, why is it so important for us to have a day like World Rhino Day to cast a bit of light onto what you guys do?
Yeah, just to get the message out there. And the thing is, I think a lot of people know about the poaching of rhinos, but they have no idea about the intensity of the problem. And I actually spoke yesterday to two guys and asked them, how many rhinos do you think gets poached? And the one guy said, but both answers was under 100. So they have no idea the trouble we are facing with the rhinos. So we have to get the message out there to explain to them how bad it is in reality.
We love to blanket it with one cause, the fact that there is a demand coming out of Asia. Is that true? Is that at the root of what's driving poaching, or the levels of poaching? What do you think is driving the problem?
Different situations. It gets used for everything. The main thing is there is a big problem and we have to solve it in any way possible. And if the public knows that, they can help in any way possible.
Graham, I think it's not so important to know who consumes or why is it used for. What is important is just to pass the message that certain behavior, may it be efficient or not, or practices or not, we don't care so much about this anymore. Certain behavior which might be justified in the past cannot be today anymore. We need to change our behavior and just adapt a modern attitude towards the conservation and wildlife in general.
Yep, and that responsibility, as much as you've taken up that mantle, also rests
your best. Thank you very
on
much.
our shoulders. So, gentlemen, thank you
Thanks,
much.
Thank you so much, and thanks for everyone for listening to us.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. I'm missing the rhinos, dude. I'm missing the
I'm
rhinos.
sorry. We'll come back anytime you want to.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully you've been inspired this morning to do a little bit more in the fight against rhino poaching. We know that it is a massive problem across the globe, but I have a feeling here in South Africa we can be that tipping point that turns the tide. Inspirational stuff. Well, more goosebump moments on the way this morning, Kat.